I'm asking permission from my sheikh to speak. I'm not asking permission from my father or my mother. My father's rights over me, no one can take, no one can fulfill. My mother's rights on me, no one can do that. But they are my biological parents. The blood and the flesh coming from them. But we have a lineage that is beyond the flesh and the blood. We are a spirit. And our spirit does not come from a father or a mother. It comes from something else, someone else, somewhere else. Just as you have flesh and blood parents, you have spiritual parents too. Ultimately, the one that we are coming from is who? Now, don't say Allah, of course. We come from Him, we're going to return to Him. Now is the month of Mawlid, we may speak a little bit because this is Ahlul Sunnat foundation of Aqidah. So where are we coming from? What is it that Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala created first? Listen, don't sleep. Astaghfirullah. It is not our father or our mother. It is not our grandparents. It is the light of the Holy Prophet ﷺ. And what was created from his light? You and me? Let's not talk about any other things. Let's talk about just insan, Hazrati Insan. The light of the spirit of the other prophets, they come from his light. And from the light of the prophets, all the ummah comes from that. So there is always a chain. Are you believing in this Ahli Sunnat or no? Way of thinking. So many, they don't know. Your father knew, your grandfather knew. You just cut off from that because they destroy this Muslims to thinking Islam is just going up and down 5 times a day. And tariqat is just to sit and to make a zikr, but not understanding what is our reality. So we're coming from that Prophet ﷺ. That's why we're his ummah. And Prophet ﷺ is coming from Allah. Why we're entering into tariqat? To return to Allah. Not through Jahannam. Not through hardship. To return to Allah in the best possible way. In the easiest way. In the quickest way. In the way that He loves and He has favored. You are saying we are in Sirat al-Mustaqim. Whose Sirat al-Mustaqim? Maybe your own. Maybe your race Sirat al-Mustaqim. Maybe your ethnicity Sirat al-Mustaqim. But Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala is not leaving that open. He's saying in Surat al-Fatiha, Sirat al-lazina anamta alayhim ghayr al-maghdubi alayhim wal-dhalin. Only in the way of those whom He has favored. Who has He favored? The prophets. That's the Holy Prophet ﷺ is above everything else. That He's saying, ﷺ, if you don't love me more than you love your father, your mother, everything that you own, more than you love yourself, you have not reached to complete faith. We enter to tariqat to get complete faith. Yes, we love our father and our mother. But we're here in tariqat to learn how to love that Prophet ﷺ above everything else. Your father is a shaykh. Follow him. He's going to bring you to the Prophet ﷺ. But your father is not a sheikh. Find a sheikh. Love your father, don't leave him, definitely. But your father is not a sheikh. He will not be able to lead you to that Prophet. You love your father, then why you go to school? Your father and your mother, they're your first teachers. Then why you go to school? Shouldn't you just stick with your father and your mother to teach you everything? You know, in matters of dunya, whatever your father and your mother can teach you, if you want to learn more that is beyond what they can teach, you have to find another teacher. You love that teacher, is teaching you everything perfectly, but you want to learn more, you have to leave that teacher too. You have to find another teacher, and another teacher, and another teacher. Correct? So, but today's parents, they have started worshipping their children, and they're teaching their children to worship them. To say, your religion begins with me and it ends with me. It is not. There is a beginning and an end. There is a master of the beginning and the end. And it's not your father and your mother. That is Sayyidina al-Awwalil wal-Akhirin. That is the Holy Prophet ﷺ. There may be certain things they don't understand in tariqat, of course. But it doesn't mean what you don't understand, it is wrong. What are we holding on to? We're holding on to the Holy Prophet ﷺ. And this learning, this knowledge that we're holding on to our Shaykh, he is not learning it from books. He is not learning it himself. This is something that he has sacrificed his whole life, his wealth, his children, and everything that he owns to the way of Allah, and his Shaykh has opened up certain things for him. Now, you are looking for your reality, not praying, not making zikr. You're looking for your reality. You're looking for your secret. Only Holy Prophet ﷺ, he has that key. But the protocol of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, just as he gave the keys to the Prophet ﷺ, the Prophet ﷺ will give the keys to his waris, his inheritors. The warisul anbiya, the inheritors, these are the sheikhs. They have our keys. Not our father, not our mother, not our grandfather, they have the keys. And those who are looking, they will find them. And the sheikhs will look and say, I will give you the key. But before I give you the key to open up what is beyond that, you have to prepare yourself to carry what is going to be given to you. So what happens now? When the murid is following a shaykh, and the shaykh is saying one thing, the parents are saying another. What does he do? You must fulfill the rights of your parents, whatever that is over them, over you. You must fulfill that responsibility. Definitely. But like I said, they are your parents, they are not your shaykh. They are not the inheritor of the Prophet. Just as your parents tell you one thing, you go to school, and your professor tells you another thing. I don't hear anyone being confused. They're going to say, I believe what my parents, they're saying, that is according to their level. But the professor, he knows something more. And for me to be able to get my diploma, I have to follow the professor. You don't have to. You can say, no, I'm just going to follow your parents, but your parents never going to give you a diploma. What are the sheikhs teaching us? The sheikhs, they are teaching that nothing else is in priority except for Allah and His Prophet. The sheikh, step by step, is going to teach us what the Holy Prophet ﷺ had said. If you don't love me more than you love your father, your mother, and everything that you own, and even yourself, you have not achieved complete faith. So the sheikh is going to teach you how to put the Holy Prophet ﷺ, his sunnats, his traditions that your parents may not understand because they don't have that educational level. He's going to teach you, and he's going to say, for you to have complete faith, this is the way, this is the road. The sheikh will never force you. He's going to say and offer the way, and he says, if you like, go. If that is what you're looking for. Everyone is going to be responsible. Who are those parents that they're going to stop their children from entering into tariqat? Do you understand what is a tariqat? The parents? No, you don't. All you know is what people tell you, that tariqats are bad and following up. And this is a very stupid thing. Because you're jumping and you're judging. You don't understand. What is a tariqat? What is a sheikh? What are they teaching? So many who oppose, they never sit down and ask. They never sit down for 5 minutes sincerely to ask Shaykh Effendi, saying, Shaykh Effendi, people are telling me tariqat is like this, you are like this, I don't agree like this. Let us please explain to us. Never. That is enough sign to show that they're on the wrong way. That they're just following waswasa and ego and shaitan. They talk so much behind their back, which is forbidden, by the way, because you're speaking behind the back of awliya Allah. Oh. And we're saying, you really have questions, sit and ask. It's not that difficult, we may speak. No. Maybe the children, they are looking for something that you cannot provide. Like I said before, you send your children to school because you cannot provide that education. You send your children for training elsewhere, camp, this, that, whatever that you're giving your children in this life because you cannot give it. Your children, they are looking for Allah. Where do the parents think that they are the inheritors of prophets to explain Allah? Where? If you sit and you ask, we may speak. It is pretty simple. But the shaitan is saying, don't sit and ask because they may convince you. And maybe you are going to take bayat too. So don't ask. Just stay behind them and just talk crap about them. That's all. But more you're putting pressure on your kids to say no to them, Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala has already put that desire in them to find Him. You are not going to be able to give Him. That's why if you are able to, He would have just sat with you. But He's looking elsewhere. And if you say, go my son, that one who is teaching you, does he ask anything from you? And if your child says no, then you must repeat the words of Allah. Then it is obligation for you to follow him. In Surah Al-Yasin, Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala is saying, follow those who ask you no fee, and who themselves, they are rightly guided. You repeat the words of Allah properly, you are going to be blessed, they are going to be blessed. It's very simple. But so many parents, they don't like it. Not because they don't know that it's haqq. They don't like it because they are losing control over their kids. They no longer have that power to say sit and the kids sit, stand and they stand. You know what? If it's not tariqat who's going to take them away, it's going to be their girlfriend or their boyfriend who's going to take that, to stop that power from you, to make you to lose that. If it's not that, someone that they find meaning, it is going to be their work or their job or something will always be there, because your kids, they are growing up. They're not children anymore. Oh, in my culture, the father is always a father. Well, that's a problem with your culture. Of course, it is a father. Your children, they are always children. Your father, it is always a father. But your children grows up to be a father. And if you treat your children, when they're already a man, like they are 6 years old, you're being zalim to them. And this is not sunnat. And more you're trying to stop them, more they're going to rebel against you, believe me. Because it's not us. We don't do hypnotism. We don't do black magic. We don't do nothing. It is Allah that has made them to understand that Allah is looking for him. I'm not even going to say because they are looking for Allah. It is Allah who has put that desire for them to understand that Allah is looking for him. Allah is looking for us. And we're just returning that call to say, Labbaik Allah. Why can't they just do that with me? Stay home and do it. They're not your kids. You know how to send them to school. You know how to send them to college. You know how to send them sometimes for years away from you to get education. What about spiritual education? You think it is so cheap? Masjids don't give spirituality anymore. Masjids, they are there either to say official things, to say political things, to just a social gathering, or to collect money. They are not there to feed the spirit. This is one of the signs of the Akhir Zaman. You let your children, now you say, go my son, find. You will see how quickly, when you give that permission to your children, they will increase in their love and their obedience to you. Because they understand that you understand too what they are looking for. We don't have any power to force anyone. I'm not forcing. And the parents have no power to force their children to. Maybe you can force them a little bit, but one day they're going to rebel and it's going to be a very big mess that they're going to do. And that time. Anyway, what's so bad about us? We're gathering people to come together to drink, to do drugs, to have boyfriends and girlfriends. Your kids, so many of them, they're doing that behind your back. You just don't know. Oh, maybe you know, but you're pretending not to know. That's another problem. We are showing them the words of our Shaykh and the teachings of our Shaykh to be responsible, to remember Allah, to carry our responsibility. And to hold on to the sunnat and to the laws of Allah strongly. This is what our Shaykh is doing. What is that is in there that you're opposed to? Oh, but my kid, ever since he is following you, he's become more outspoken, he's become very rude, and this. We're not teaching him that. He has always been outspoken, he has always been rude. You're just kidding yourself. Now he's just more outspoken and rude according to religion. He's not outspoken and rude according to what he wants from this dunya. And don't worry, we have all those wrong characteristics. All of us, we do. That is why we are here too. For the Shaykh to be able to take it out and to fix it. May Allah forgive me and bless you, inshallah. May we always hold on tightly to our Shaykh and to give the rights of everyone, but to give the rights of Allah and His Prophet priority. That is our priority. It is not anything else. It's not our parents, our children, those whom we love, or those who love us. It is Allah and His Prophet. May Allah forgive me. Al-Fatiha.